If you have a higher metabolism, you may need more antioxidants. So as a function of metabolism, we'll produce what are called reactive oxygen species. You may also hear them termed as free radicals. So typically when we're producing energy, which is ATP, we'll also produce water and CO2 as a byproduct. And the final stage to actually create the water is to donate 4 electrons. And typically our mitochondria do this process fairly smoothly. However, every once in a while, one of these electrons gets lost along the way, and we may only donate 1, 2, or 3 electrons. Which means when we donate the electrons, we don't make water, but we make molecules that are reactive. And you may have heard of one of these, it's called hydrogen peroxide. And these unstable molecules will try to become stable by stealing electrons from other healthy parts of the cell. And the more energy you're producing on a daily basis, meaning the higher your metabolism is, the more of these molecules you will produce. But it really does depend on why you have a high metabolic rate in the first place. During exercise, we have a higher metabolic rate and will produce more of these molecules. But one of the adaptations to exercise is actually to get better at fighting off these molecules. So while we may have a higher production, we also have a higher ability to fight them off. But the other thing that would increase your metabolic rate is just being at a higher body weight. And if you are at a higher metabolic rate because you are not exercising, then you'll still produce more reactive oxygen species, but you don't get the adaptations that come from exercise. So you will be producing more and you'll be getting more damage. And the role of antioxidants is to simply neutralize these molecules before they can cause damage. But since these molecules are actually required to signal for exercise adaptations, we may want to avoid antioxidants directly after training. But this would really only apply to extremely high antioxidant supplements. But if your metabolic rate is increased not because you are exercising, but because you are at a higher body weight, you may actually want to consider increasing the antioxidant content of your food. And now berries are really going to be the best source of antioxidants. But one thing that might be even better is increasing your production of endogenous antioxidants, specifically glutathione. And glutathione is actually made of 3 different amino acids, meaning that increasing the protein content of your diet could help increase your endogenous production of glutathione. Another very under-recognized antioxidant is actually melatonin. And melatonin is actually made out of the amino acid tryptophan, which is most abundant in beef, fish, and eggs. And the benefit of creating our own antioxidants is we can really modulate their production in order to get the best amount of stress and the best amount of adaptation. And the advice to eat more antioxidants and to eat more proteins to make your own antioxidants really applies to almost every single population.